Well, many of the popular books treat human beings as what we call economic agents, namely people who drive to achieve some goal. And we, the economic academics, sit in our Olympus and watch those people immune from their weaknesses. One of the main points of my lecture is to say, no, that's not the case. We are exactly human beings like the agents that we are talking about or criticizing. Okay, so first of all, I should say that I'm an economist, but I'm a very skeptical economist. I don't believe in the practical purpose of economics and the practical meanings of economics. I believe that economics, and especially economic theory, and especially microeconomics, is basically a collection of fairy tales. And like fairy tales are useful, so are economic models. Now, I'm very much in favor of good popular books. I believe that the test for popular books in sciences and in academic fields, including economics, is probably the following. The question is whether in 30 years there will be a guy that we will not have much questions whether he contributed to the world, whether in academics or whether in politics or whether in arts, who would say that 30 years ago he read a popular book when he was a high school student. And the book influenced so much that he started to think about economic and socio-economic problems, and that's what brought him to do the wonderful things that he does. Unfortunately, I believe that most of the popular books now are not of these types. They are entertaining, they are supplying the demand for fun, but they are not supplying this good. In some sense, I believe that many of the popular books at the moment are, or whether they are good or bad, it's a little bit related to the question, or analogous to the question whether on television, whether reality shows is a good or bad television. And from one side, of course, it's a good television. Many people watched it. Many people enjoy it. It's entertaining, etc., etc. On the other hand, I think that I don't have to explain why for many of us it's not a good television. It's encouraging certain behaviors or certain beliefs about human beings and so on that and discourage depths and dealing with the more serious problems of the world. I think that's true about most of the popular books at the moment, which look at anecdotes and things that people like to talk about. Many of them are very important. Sex is very important, but it's not an issue which is related to economics. On the other hand, it ignores dealing with the very, very serious problems of the construction of the society in the 21st century. I should say that with all my criticism, watching myself, doing some introspection, I see the problem. And the problem is that once the media, once the television, once the press enters into academic field, the incentives are very different. From this point of view, I find economists, economic agents, or human beings as any other human beings. And we are not immune, including not myself. I had a little experience in my own research or my own with the media, and I felt that whenever there is a topic of mine, which I felt that in principle could get to the popular press, to the newspapers and so on, then the dilemma existed, whether to be very accurate or whether to be attractive enough so that the media, the local newspaper will publish it. And we just have to be aware of that. We have to be aware we are human beings and we are not immune to the desire for fame and glory. And the society gave us this privilege, wonderful privilege, to be in academia and to have this wonderful life that we can do whatever we want, to do exactly not the sort of things that other people are paid by the media to do. Namely, we should spend our time, the time the society gave us, to think about the really very serious problems that could not arrive into the front page of the New York Times, at least not in the near future.